Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I will be saying my personal thoughts and opinions on the 6 costumes in Epic Mickey Rebrushed. You guys really seem to like my content for Epic Mickey, especially since you guys blew up my good ending video, which I really appreciate. I also have my bad ending uploaded right now, so if you want to check that out, be sure to. But anyway, I'm going to say my personal thoughts and opinions on all the costumes in Epic Mickey Rebrushed from least to greatest. And I would also like to say that they should add Hero and Scrapper Mickey. Both were ideas from the original Epic Mickey on the Wii, where it would change Mickey's appearance to match his decisions based on whether if he were to make morally good or morally bad decisions. I'm really hoping they could possibly add this at a later date for DLC, free or not. But anyway, let's get right into the list. First up is Firefighter Mickey. Firefighter Mickey is easily my least favorite costume because this has nothing done with it besides giving Mickey a firefighter hat. It was based on Mickey's cartoon, Mickey's Fire Brigade, which is kind of cool, I guess, but I don't have too much to say about this costume, especially since there's not much done with it. Next up is Football Mickey. You could have gotten this costume by pre-ordering the game and getting the costume pack for free, or you could purchase the costume pack with this costume and 2 others for $5. The only reason this costume is higher than Firefighter Mickey is because this costume changes Mickey's appearance as opposed to just giving him a hat and calling it a day. This costume is based off of Mickey's cartoon Touchdown Mickey, which in the cartoon Mickey plays football, but weirdly enough, the costume itself was not in the cartoon, and it's just based off the cartoon, so therefore that makes this costume a game original. Of course, all these costumes did appear in Epic Mickey 2 The Power of 2 before Epic Mickey Rebrushed. I really like how this costume replicates what the uniforms of the older football players at the time looked like. But aside from that, the reason why this costume is so low is because I feel like it could have used a little more color. Maybe sporting Mickey's iconic red and yellow color scheme might have done the trick for me. I don't know. It could also be because I'm not a big sports guy either. Next up is Construction Worker Mickey. This costume, just like Firefighter Mickey, can be unlocked by obtaining film reels in the projector levels and then given to the usher by the cinema. This costume is actually from a black and white Mickey cartoon called Building a Building, but was translated into color in Epic Mickey 2 The Power of 2. I really like this costume because it has huge reminiscence of Hero Mickey from the original concept of Epic Mickey 1 on the Wii. And beside from that though, the colors on his gloves and his hat really pop out like crazy in all the projector levels and even the environment of Wasteland. Because Wasteland is more of a darker and grittier place, this Mickey really pops out, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I like this costume so much. Starting my top 3, we have Steamboat Willie, obtained from the costume pack I mentioned earlier. My biggest reason why this costume is in my top 3 is because they decided to keep it black and white just like the original Steamboat Willie cartoon. And not only that, but that's really important to do, especially since this was Mickey's first ever theatrical release. And I say theatrical because he was in a couple cartoons before this, but they weren't in theaters yet. I really like though how they decided to take away the pie eyes that he had in Epic Mickey 2 The Power of 2, because in my personal opinion it doesn't really look right with the costume, especially since Mickey has this face throughout the entirety of Epic Mickey regardless of your costume. I really wish that this costume would have made the brush black and white too, but I guess that would have been a big ask anyway, because none of the other costumes alter the brush either. This costume looks amazing in black and white projector levels, especially since there are a ton of them in this game. They don't really look too good in Wasteland or colored projector levels, but they still look really good enough to run anywhere. Coming in at number 2, we have Pure Mickey, the default costume for this game. The biggest reason why Pure Mickey is so high on my list is because of one reason, the art direction. I love how for Mickey Mouse they decided to give him a classic look with a modern take by making him have the black and white face but also giving him the colors of his traditional outfit. This look was also going to inspire later down the line the 2015 show Mickey Mouse. I also love how the ears are still fixated around his head to always make the Mickey emblem, just like in the original game. This costume is definitely going to be the one most OG players sport during their first playthrough, especially because that game was a modern classic. It was definitely a big part of my childhood, too. I played it when I was 4 years old, and ever since then I've been in love with the Epic Mickey franchise. I played Epic Mickey The Power of Two and Epic Mickey Power of Illusion, both of which were decently good games depending on who you ask. I really hope that with the success of this remaster, we can inspire Purple Lamp to try to create Epic Mickey 2 The Power of Two Rebrushed, considering how well of a good job they did with Epic Mickey Rebrushed, keeping everything that made this game so awesome while also improving all the things that didn't. Anyway, on to the number one spot. My favorite costume out of all of Epic Mickey Rebrushed is the Brave Little Tailor costume. This costume was a part of the costume pack that included the Steamboat Willie costume and the football costume. The reason why this costume is my favorite is purely because of its origin, because this costume originates from a cartoon with the same name of the costume. And in that cartoon, Mickey takes on a whole giant just to prove to Minnie Mouse, which is a princess in the cartoon, that he is good enough for her. This not only displays Mickey's mischievous nature in the fact that he can get caught up in some real big problems sometimes, but also his huge love for Minnie Mouse. And not only that, but it's also a pretty action-packed cartoon too, and it is pretty funny too. I highly recommend watching it if you haven't, but I don't really know how you can watch it. I remember it was part of the original Epic Mickey Wii version, but I believe it's on Disney Plus somewhere. But it is definitely my favorite costume out of Epic Mickey Rebrushed because, in a way, it kind of houses Mickey's entire personality, which is mischievous but also very good-hearted.